Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, if you weren't aware at the time, you probably are now. And if you still aren't, this might come across as pretty surprising. But last night, at about midnight Pacific Standard Time, when the new deals for the Easter calendar emerged, I noticed that they were selling for $2.99 US, two Epic Hero tokens, one Epic Troop token, which we're used to seeing, and 20 500k food bundles. And I was like, whoa. Normally you only see 20 500k food bundles as part of the $29, $29.99 offer, which gives you probably like 3,000 gems and then just kind of that bonus food. And I was like, this is crazy. For $3, you get the normal pulls you would expect to get. So basically like $1.50 for a pull US is pretty standard. So you get that from the Epic Hero tokens. Then you sort of get the bonus troop token in there. And then 10 million food, and you can buy 4 of them. I was like, that's crazy. And it's going to make a lot of troop progress. So I bought them as they were offered. And then very quickly after, so you can see on the screen right now what the offer looked like at the time, which just looks extremely appealing. And then shortly after, it changed to this. And it's created a total shitstorm, as you can imagine. So yeah, I wanted to make you aware, if you didn't already know about this. A lot of you will already, but not everyone follows what's going on the forum, and if you missed it and you were asleep and no one in your alliance saw it, then you probably didn't find out about it. I used it to level up my troops, and now I've got a 23 and 211s in every color for mono troops, and then I got the ninja troops up as far as I could as well, which you can see the yellow got up to 7, 9 for blue, 6 for purple, and 11 for red. And just burn through all of it within 5 or 10 minutes, because this is what I would use it for anyways. But yeah, it's a weird situation. They took the deal away, and I'm gonna pull their official statement up on the screen now. So here's what they said the first time. There was an issue with today's calendar that has now been resolved. Apologies for the confusion. As if it was ever going to stop there, And I was talking with people online and in other places that were like, are they going to ban us for this? Are we going to get in trouble? Like thinking it was similar to the Morlovia fiasco, where people had found a way to earn additional tabards by replaying other stages or emblems and Epic Hero tokens and all that kind of stuff. And I was thinking, no way they can do that, because we simply just purchased an offer that was presented to us. So this was their first statement. There's now over 500 posts in this thread. Someone reported this to them initially, and then they responded. They took the deal down very quickly after, maybe within 15 or 20 minutes of it going live. It was removed back to this typical way that you can see it here, which is kind of what you would expect. We've seen the same deal before in other seasonal calendars. And then this was their next official statement. So thank you for bringing this issue to our attention. To summarize, today's spring offer calendar had incorrect items included due to a human mistake. The issue was resolved as soon as we learned about it. After careful consideration, we have decided not to remove the food from the players who bought the offer before it was fixed. The main reasons are as follows. The players made the purchase decision based on the contents of the offer. So basically what they're saying is, we decided not to remove it, and then they said, because we're not allowed to remove it. So they're making it look like a generous offer, but it's their fault that they put the wrong deal. No one played any tricks to get that deal. It was just presented, and you paid for it. We're unable to refund purchases on iOS. Even though we're talking about a lot of food, it does not break the game economy. We do not have plans to bring back the broken offer. We apologize for the mistake, and we will take steps to avoid similar issues in the future. And as you can imagine, people totally freaked out. I can definitely understand the frustration here. And I was trying to think about how I would feel if I had not been in the position of noticing the offer when it was first available. And I don't know. It's hard to say, but I feel like I wouldn't have pushed too hard for it. I don't expect them to do anything different. I don't expect them to change based on player outrage, so I just wouldn't have. I don't think I would have gone there. But it does seem. I can see how it's unfair, and I feel like the best thing to do is to bring back the offer and just give it to everyone. Um, you know, they don't have the best image in their players' eyes as it is anyways, and this just makes it worse. It's a situation where they could say, hey, we made a mistake, but we're going to give this gift to you as players. Thanks for playing. And people still have to buy the offer. It's not even free anyways. They'll make a ton of money from that, though they wouldn't make as much money as they would have liked to for what they normally value those resources as. But that would have been a huge win, and that would have changed a lot of people's minds about the company, which is kind of the biggest hurdle that they're facing, in my opinion, at this time. But they chose not to do that. They chose to take it down as quickly as possible. I have no idea how many people bought it. They haven't said either, but in the United States, that was either 3 a.m. on the East Coast or midnight on the West Coast. So probably the majority of people were asleep at that point. I know a lot of people in my lines were. If you're in Europe, the time was different for you. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. I have a feeling most of us are going to agree that they handled this very poorly, but I do want to leave the opportunity for everyone to chime in with what they think about it. I wanted to present this to people who didn't necessarily know about it in the interest of creating further discussion. I feel like this was a significant moment in the game, and it's significant how they chose to respond to it. And that, while everyone might not be impacted by someone leveling up their troops more, we're all impacted by the company deciding what stance they're going to take in these situations. There's a lot of times where they talk about what is fair and making changes to restore balance, like with the Morlovia scandal, where they charged very high prices for these items. I guess they couldn't take all of them back. It seems like maybe their ability to roll changes back, like if you ascended a hero, for them to roll that back. Maybe they can't do that, or maybe it's just way too time consuming. But they, in the interest of fairness, said, hey, we're going to charge these people, or they didn't announce this to everyone, but the people who exploited that glitch were charged for it, and they paid sort of the market cost for those items that they had gotten. I think it's definitely different exploiting a clear glitch to repeat stages that everyone knows should not be allowed to be repeated. So that is a different story. But point is, they talk about fairness, and then I think it's hard to look at this any other way but being pretty unfair overall. I think it's a tough position for them. It's hard to really feel for them as a company because, one, they're making an absolute disgusting killing off of the game that they've made, and it's up to them to choose how much they want to charge for things. And I'm not opposed to people earning money on their businesses, but it's hard to feel bad for them about this being a difficult situation, but it certainly is. There's no good way for them to do it, but I feel like the best option that I can see is to make it available to everyone. Say, hey, we screwed up, but we're going to let that work in your favor this time. Enjoy a little extra progress in the game, and maybe that even makes them more money in the long run, because people are like, hey, that was pretty cool. Maybe I don't hate this company after all. So I don't know who's making decisions over there, but it just seems like when the time comes, they make what I would consider the wrong decision. Who am I to say? That's just my opinion. I want to know your guys' opinions on this. If you got the deal, let me know. If you didn't get the deal, let me know. Basically, just respond in the comments with how this has impacted you, your alliance, what you think about it, what you think they should do, what you think they shouldn't do, and why. I really want to hear from other people. There's a lot of conversation going on the forum, but it devolves to madness pretty quickly over there. So hopefully this can be a better venue for having this kind of conversation. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is what happened. That's my take on it. I want to know what you think about it. And yeah, hopefully nothing else like this is going to happen. I don't know how that mistake was made. Maybe someone messed up the reading the decimal point for like a $2.99 deal versus a $29.99 deal, and somehow included that. I don't know if that stuff's done by a computer system that adds it and it's not manually done by a person and there was a decimal error or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you guys real soon in the next video.